Hi, my name's Lisa Walton and I'm in Sydney, Australia, and I'm thrilled to be able to present my exhibition to you online. All the quilts in this exhibition are done as the result of a group that I'm in called Cloth in Common. Every 2 months we're given a prompt and we create a quilt based on that prompt. If you go to the website, you'll see lots of information about how I made my quilts and the inspiration, as well as everyone's quilts. I hope you enjoy them. The prompt for this one was kitchens, and this was from a photo I took in Japan of a beautiful set of blue pots. The background fabric is text that I created using my mother's old recipe books. This one was roads, and this is the view going down a road that goes on forever. This prompt was night, and I don't sleep very well. So this is actually a graph of sleep patterns and the time as the clock ticks away on the digital clocks. The prompt here was water, and in Australia we have a lot of drought. So this is my interpretation of breaking the drought. The prompt of time made me think of a staircase in Edinburgh that I used to walk up and down, with all those beautiful stone steps that had been worn away over time. This topic was disunity, so I thought of circles. They need to be whole. Topic was masks, and COVID had just hit and people were being kept inside in isolation, quite often with their abusers, and I felt that was a very sad thing. So some of these doors actually have blood running down them. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. The topic of identity was easy for me. I decided to do a self-portrait. I found this old photo of my husband and daughter staring out onto the water for the topic of reflections. I'd like to think he's reflecting on the past and she's reflecting on the future. The prompt of international was an easy one for me because pre-COVID I travelled a lot. This is just another airport. One of those long, interminable trips that you have to take, and you can never find your gate. When we were given the prompt of ecosystems, I thought about those ant farms that I used to have as a child. The prompt of neighbourhood made me think of fences and gates. So this is a selection. Of course, no Australian neighbourhood is complete without the eucalyptus. With COVID in full swing, we had the topic of cooperation and sharing, and everybody was making masks. So here is my interpretation of mask making. With, of course, the horrible COVID virus overprinted on the top. The prompt of green spaces made me think of those fabulous buildings they're designing these days, the ones with the plants growing all the way up the walls. What a great idea. If only there were more of them. The prompt of media made me think of times past when we used to write with fountain pens and ink. As COVID progressed, there were reports that domestic violence had increased by over 35%. This is my interpretation, using the classic Australian red roofs. The purple roofs indicate where life could be spiralling out of control. I thought the prompt of compromise was going to be tricky, but then I thought of marriage, and isn't that always a perfect compromise? Two people coming together and meeting together in the centre. The prompt of shame made me think of body shaming, which is so prevalent these days. This is my interpretation. Thanks for watching my exhibition. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to contact me on any of the links below. Bye for now.